I'm the Director of Education and Outreach here.
And I am Robin Irwin. I'm the Executive Director here.
I would like to welcome you to the capstone for our Native Reflections art exhibit from the Kentucky Arts Council and the performance by the Warriors of AniKituhwa. We are thrilled to have them here from Cherokee, North Carolina. Just a little bit of, as we say,
housekeeping.
First and foremost, not that anybody needs to be told, masks must be continued to be worn during the whole performance.
And over your schnazaroonie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And continue remaining socially distant, although I don't see anybody desiring to climb over the seats at this moment. So that's
it's not a mosh pit, kind of performance.
We would like to first of all say thank you to our incredibly generous sponsors who made this performance possible.
The Pikeville City Tourism, Jigsaw Enterprises, LLC, Environmental Design Consultants, and Integrated Engineers.
As well as,
thank you.
Yes, and the city. So this one may seem a little strange, but in truth, we want to say thank you to the Kentucky Arts Council as well. The Kentucky Arts Council really has been an incredible supporter of the arts throughout Kentucky during this entire pandemic. And of course, the Appalachian Center for the Arts is our personal favorite arts organization here. And we've tried to do as much as possible with social distancing, of course, in mind, and safely and continue to serve our community. And also, since the Kentucky Arts Council has named it, we would like to say thank you and welcome to, we'd like to celebrate when it comes up, which is what day?
Arts Day!
Arts Day, Kentucky Arts Day. So thank you so much for that. Now, without further ado, we would like to introduce to you the Warriors of AniKituhwa.
How y'all doing tonight? All right. We are the Warriors of AniKituhwa. I was going to explain to you what you just saw. Well, the leader, I'll ask John to step forward. Now, John, he's the big man in our group. He's like the captain of the team. He's the guy you don't want to meet in the dark alley. This guy is big and strong. His Indian name is Yancha, which means buffalo. But when he was coming out, you notice, a lot of times when people see Indians, I'm from this little town called Cherokee. We're all from Cherokee, North Carolina. You ever heard of Cherokee? A lot of times when people see Indians, this is what they'll do. They go, woo, woo, woo. Have we ever done that before? Oh, we have. We're going to do it right now. So on three, I want you all to go, woo, 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 nice and loud. 1, 2, 3. Weak. Well, it's true. But see, when he was coming out, he wasn't going woo, 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 woo. In actuality, that is a woman's call. someone receives a gift, someone is dancing really good, a woman will stand up and lift her hand in front of her mouth and go, it's a way of saying, good job, way to go. That is a woman's call. Well, what he was doing, here's who John. That is a challenge. What he's doing, he's coming out and he's saying, we have come to do our business. We have come to battle. We have come to do our business. And when the men answer, what they're saying is, we've got your back. We'll die with you today. This is what you call a challenge call when we play Indian ball. Some call it stick ball. We call it Indian ball. They'll stand in a line and they will meet the other team and they will challenge each other, saying, we have come to do our business. That's what we're doing. John is our leader. Give him a round of applause. I'm going to ask Will Tush to step forward. Now, Will's probably one of my oldest friends in the world. We went to school together, played football together. We've traveled the world. His last name is Tushka. And actually, it's not a Cherokee name, it's a Choctaw name. His father is a Choctaw, full-blooded Choctaw, and his mother is a full-blooded Cherokee. But here's the thing. In the Indian way, especially in the Southeast, we always go with the mother. We always go with the mother. You always know who the mother is. You don't always know who the dad is. But he's a warrior. Tushka actually means a warrior. And if you look at him, in his right hand he's got a ball war club, and these men are carrying these clubs. This is the M16 of the 1700s. It's used to smash and bash. And then what they will do, you see upon his arms and his, I've got them on my legs, are tattoos. He's got them too. The tattoos symbolize the strength of our people. It's telling the story. You got the mountains and you got fangs and snakes. You got all kinds of things that mean very personal things to these warriors. And when he comes to do his business. He's not only a warrior Cherokee way. This guy goes out on the powwow track. He's a champion dancer. If you ever get a chance, what you're seeing is dances from the Cherokee. These are our social dances. But if you want to see spectacular dancing, go watch powwow on YouTube. You'll probably find this guy. He's a champion dancer, awesome human being. Give Will Tushka a round of applause. I'm bringing Daniel Tramper up. Now, Daniel Tramper, this guy is royalty. You should be bowing down, just like this guy right here. And I really mean this. This guy is a 3-time world champion hoop dancer. 3 times he was the best in the whole entire world. And it's a shame he didn't bring his hoops. Well, he might have a hard time fitting through those hoops these days. You ever heard about the freshman 20? We got the COVID 30 going on these days. But this guy, he's a 3-time world champion hoop dancer. If you want to see something spectacular, go on YouTube and look up hoop dancing. It's just an amazing thing, and this guy was the best. But what makes me real proud is that he comes and he represents his people. Even though the hoop dance doesn't belong to our people, he became the best. But it's important that he knows his dances. He's actually got his son with him today, so give Daniel Tramper a round of applause. I'm going to Scrap come forward. Now, Scrappy is that's his son. It's a big boy, bigger than his daddy these days. But he's one of our young guns. He's helping us keep things alive. We don't have our full crew. We have some of our originals that they weren't prepared to come out during this COVID time. But the young man has come to represent, support his dad. This is Scrappy. Give him a round of applause. I'm going to ask Micah to step forward. Now, Micah, got a lot of respect for Micah. Micah is, a lot of times when you think of natives, you think we grunt a lot. Kimasabi. we actually can speak very well. This human being right here is an awesome individual because he's educated. Not only does he know our ways, but he's actually got a master's degree from Kansas, correct? You give him a round of applause. But if you look at him, look on his arms. He used to wear the old style haircut where he would shave his head and he would leave a little bit of top knot hair. That is, a lot of times when you see somebody like that, you think, God, this guy's a tattoo artist or he's a dang anti-socialist. But what he's doing is he's showing what's important to him. And that's our culture. It's important that he teaches his kids. His kids are learning Cherokee. They're learning the ways. And that's something that's real important. That's why we are challenging. We're not challenging people to a fight. We actually challenge ourselves to do our best. To become who we are, to represent our people every day in every way. And he's doing an awesome job. Micah Swimmer, give him a round of applause. A lot of times, there's a lot of fallacies that go on with when you see Indians. A lot of times, let me give you a good example. A lot of times when people hear Indian music, they go, oh, we love the way you chant. We just love the chanting. What does it mean? I got a question. Are there any Caucasians in the house? Show of hands. Okay. Oh. We just love you white people. You're just so cool. You know what happens? People come up to us, oh, you Indians are so awesome. We just love your hair. And you're just so, and my great-grandma was a Cherokee. Oh, we just love you. We're so. Here's the thing. We want you to know the truth. There are over 550 different tribes in North America. 550 at least. I don't include Canada. And so, we all didn't look the same. We all didn't live in teepees. We all, we're a little different. But we do have some things that are in common. We love our families. We love the earth. We have stories that have real meaning to us. But music is something that's very special to us. Now, I'm going to give you a good example of the power of music. This is a little older crowd. Have you ever heard of Mel Tillis? Now, Mel Tillis stutters. I'm not making fun of it. But when he sings like a bird. Very powerful. So, music means something to us. And so when we dance and we sing, we're telling stories. You're not getting our full show. This is a COVID show, and it's not fun as we like it. We usually would be pulling you out, being a part of this. I won't let you do that today. But we want to share with you some things. We'll do a few dances with you, but I'm going to ask John to play some of his music for you. But when you think of Native music, it's not, hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey, y'all. If you go to the Iroquois, John, I'm going to let John sing with you. John, he's like, dang, he does a better smoke dance. Yeah, John does. But what happens, John, come on over here. What happens is, they're ragging on him a little. John, what happens is they lived in a longhouse. This is around, I'm like the weatherman. I'm taking you on a trip. Right up here around Ontario, actually into New York. These are the Iroquois. Now, Iroquois are our cousins. They look like us. They have the same type of clan system. They look just like us. They are our family. But what happens is they lived in the longhouse. And what they'll do is it'll get smoky. And they ask the people to come and dance. And they'll come out and they'll spin and turn and move their body. And what happens is as they're dancing, they create a drag pushing the smoke to the smoke hole. This is the Iroquois smoke dance. Can you help me out? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Help me out. All Now, this is a public disclaimer. We don't normally do these Iroquois dances, but they are our cousins to the north. So sometimes they invite us, and so
We invite ourselves sometimes.
yeah, we invite ourselves. We don't want to do it, but we're going to do it anyway. Here we go. I am out of shape. Thanks, Michael, for having my back on that one. Our next dance is we're going to do a horse dance. What happens is it's one of our social dances. Usually, I'm going to catch my breath a second. Miserable. So I go forward and back. And this is kind of like hitting a rope, so it will stomp like a horse. But a horse will dance. A horse will get kind of a little rhythm and start moving forward and back. And then it picks up. This is our horse dance. Oh, yeah! New York, Ontario, up into Canada. I'm thinking of this state right in the middle of America. Right in the middle. Anybody got an idea of the state I'm thinking of? Kansas? No. Close. Oklahoma. Oklahoma actually is a Choctaw word. It's Oklahoma. What it means is land of the red man. And there's a lot of Indians there, but not by choice. Our people, the Cherokees, we were migrated out there on a forcible removal. And we were all there, but there's a style of singing that they have there. It's the Southern style singing. And they sing really low. They sing like bullfrogs. They sing like bass. You ever remember the Statler Brothers? Blast from the past. Daddy sing bass. Mom sing tenor. These guys sing bass. And what happens is when they come, they sit around these big drums. Go on, look on powwow, and you watch the Southern style singing. this is what the singing sounds something like. It goes like this. Yo, 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 hey, way, yo, yo, way, yo, way, yo, way, yo, hey, way, yo, way, yo, way, yo, hey, way, yo, way, yo, thank you. Give me a round of applause on that one. All right, Oklahoma. Now you go anywhere out of Oklahoma, North, South Dakota, Canada, they sing high. They sing like a John John. I'm going to let John John give you a sample of that. Because they sing at a different higher pitch. John John is an awesome powwow singer. His group is called the Birdtown Crossing. Give him a sample, John John. The reason I'm doing this is because I want you to see that U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, North, South America, you think of all these native people, we're not just Indians. We belong to a group. We have families, we have clans, we have things that are very important to us, but we're all over. We're all over, and we have different stories. We're not just the same, and that's why we're kind of sharing a little bit of that with you, so that when you think of Native America, you don't have just one idea. You don't think of Tonto. You don't think of Kemosabe. You don't think of us just grunting around. You know, there's a few good movies out there, Dancing with Wolves. It portrayed us as villains at the beginning, but you got to see us as people. And that's what's really important, is that you got to know that we're just people. You know, I told my daughters one day, well, this is a funny story. We were at Fort Loudon. That's in Cherokee country, in Knoxville. And we were all at an Indian fair. And I was all dressed up. I was all decked out, and I was in red paint. You know, we wear this red paint because it's symbolic of blood. When we go to war, we put this paint on, and we go do our business. That means to kill, to do whatever we needed to do, to become a villain if we needed to do that. But I was all in red paint, and I had my wife with me. And we had our little daughter. She was in a carriage, with a little baby carriage. But my wife was pregnant at the time. And we're all walking along. I had my warrior garb on with a diaper bag on the back. Pushed my little baby around. My wife in tow with her little baby bump. And these little kids, about their age. They were little colonial kids. They had their little toy guns. They go, "Look, the Indians, shoot them." Yeah. My heart hurt. My heart got broke right there because I'm like, really? that hurt me because it's important in this day and age. I'm not here to become political. Well, that's kind of something we need to get beyond. It's not what you believe politically, it's how you see people. And that's what's important, is that's what art is, that's what culture is, to embrace culture and people. And that's why we're here to share our stories and stuff with you, because we want you to see us as people, not just as a mascot. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask John if he would share a couple songs with you. This guy, super talented. He's going to play his flute. He brought his biggest flute he has. The Pied Piper of Cherokee. Going lower.
Now this is the very first time I've played this public, so I just got it a couple days ago. So I apologize beforehand, it's not going to sound up the par, but get a shot into it. Maybe.
Super talented dude. Every one of these gentlemen right here have done all kinds of things. We've traveled all over the country, all over the world, representing our people, telling stories. And that's the thing, I'm going to share an important story with you. You know, a lot of times that's how we communicated with, how we passed knowledge down. What we do is they would sit around the campfire and we'd tell stories that have a moral behind it. And this is not even an old story. One of the most important people in the world was a guy named Walter Calhoun. One day I showed up at his doorstep when I was probably in my early 20s. I was trying to find my way. I was trying to find out who I was as a Cherokee. I was wanting to learn about who I was. He opened his door and invited me in, and I stayed for the next 35 years. I sat and I learned from this dude, and And he taught me things. This is a story that involves him. One day he was out with his family. It was Sunday. And his wife had just passed. He was a widower. And he's standing there, and his family comes to hang out with him, to love on him, to be with him. And they would eat. And they would play volleyball. And there he was in his 70s out there, and even into his 80s out there trying to hit that volleyball. He's still at it. But it got to be around 2 o'clock. And he went up to his daughter and goes, Vern, I've got to go get this medicine for this lady. And she goes, well, Dad, what's wrong with her? And he goes, well, she's got this real bad cold. It's winter, fall of the year, it's cold. And she goes, she's coughing up this stuff. And she's been to the white man's doctor, but she says it's not working. She wants Indian medicine. And I'm going to get it for her. And his daughter looks at him and says, well, Dad, you know I had the same thing last week. How come you didn't get it for me? He looked at her straight in the eyes and said, you didn't ask. Turned and walked away. It's important. We can get up here and tell you all kinds of things. We can get up here and spill our guts to you about our lives, but if it has no meaning to you, it doesn't have no meaning. So what's important, this is kind of an altered COVID show. Maestro, can you turn up the lights a little? He's like, man, let me go get that. I want to see you guys. Oh, God. Whoa. Turn them back down. No. We are so happy that you have come out on this cold, wintry day to come spend time with us. We do appreciate you. And so we say thank you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to require some questions for you and my people. This is called a dialogue, an exchange. It's a conversation. This is how people learn. It's important that you ask questions about things, something that you might want to know. And this guy, I feel like I'm in the Baptist church, and all the sinners are on the back row back here. So if you guys can just come into the light, You want to go ahead and do it? We can go ahead. We got some dancers in here. We're coming back for you. We're gonna do our. Let's do Deuce 2. This is our frog dancer. Well, it's spring frog. And pretty soon, what's going to happen is these. You guys go around with them? John, almost prepared. The old left it on at the house thing. I do too. Brought my wife up. I don't even see her. Where you at? Oh, she's up in the nosebleed. Okay. What happens is this is a real simple dance. But this is in the springtime of the year, you'll hear those speakers. Do you have them up here? That's a needy. Deuce 2. And what's going to happen is we're going to be dancing. It's real easy. We'll go back and forth, and it's they sing together. And this is our Deuce 2. Here we go. That was the mix dance. We did that a little extra. I feel like I'm the guy at the drive-in. Yeah, you're supposed to wear your mask like this. Can I help you? I'm sorry, it's hard to breathe and dance and do all this stuff. My challenge is, I do want to thank the group at this fine facility. I want you to invite us back. But invite us back when we can dance with you. Invite us back when we can actually get together with you, hold hands, and dance the way it's meant to be done. That's so. We will be. You just want to do one more? We're gonna try to do. We've never done it like this. We're gonna do our Eagle Dance, but they're gonna do their war club instead of with their eagle wands. So I gotta. Do that one rap. Round of applause. All right. Hey, thank you there, bro. Now that we got our lights out, not lights out. Remember, as I was telling you, we're going to require a few questions from you. It's how much did it cost you to get in here today? How much was it? Zero. No, that's not true. It's costing you asking us some questions. It's asking you to be vested in us as we're invested in you. So it's a give and take. We're going to require at least 7 questions out of you. Remember, we have weapons of mass destruction, so please, where are you going? Where are you going? Our press lady's leaving us. So we're taking questions right now. Please do not leave me hanging. Anybody? Right there, young lady.
Do you have dances specifically for hunting?
Oh yes, we got our beaver hunting, the Beaver Dance. It's our fun dance. You notice that these dances are based around animals, and these are our social dances. Well, some of the dances for deer, and those actually go deep down into our clan, and those are more sacred. They are passed down from different families on through their group. And so, each clan had voices. Each clan had a hunter. Certain clans were specific and they specialized on that. So yes, we do have these rituals. You know, it's we have this thing. Are there any Christians in the house? All right, great. You have this thing called baptism, where you go and purify yourself. You cleanse your soul. We had the same thing. We were Baptists before they were Baptists. We knew the power of the water to not only cleanse our body, but to cleanse our soul. We would go to the water and we would wash ritualistically. Those are things that we did. Just like when we were killing the animals. We were praying before we left. We prayed we would kill them. And we prayed afterwards. What we realized is that we were a part of the system. We didn't own it. And so that's what made us a little different. You know, a lot of the men have bear claws on their chest. We've become symbolic of these animals that we've killed, and that they become a part of us, and their spirit lives on with us. So we still carry these things with us when we dance, when we pray, and when we do these dances. We're honoring them for all time. So thank you for your question. Right there, young man. Not this time. One, you got to have beaver sticks. We didn't bring them. And usually you have to have women to do them with. And so we don't have any of our women. So we won't do it this time. Next time. I'll remember you. Right there, young man.
Do you have a dance for a 62nd birthday?
We might can make that happen. Hold on, I'm gonna remember you then. Right there.
Any kind of like death ritual or like ceremony? What do you guys do for deaths or honoring someone's past?
Well, to be honest with you, those death ritual things, it's kind of virgin, almost. It's the stuff that we don't really like to share in public. You know, somebody asked me, the reporter here, he goes, you know, we find arrowheads all over the place, and we like to go pick them up. Should we not do that? No, I'm saying, I was telling him, I said, I used to like to do that too, but once you go pick them up, you can't learn anything from them. If you leave them alone and the Walmart comes in, oh, we're going to build us another Walmart, we need another Walmart, we need another Dollar General, there's 50 Dollar Generals in every town. But we need another one. And when they get ready to dig up, that's the time you want to go and dig up a place and learn about it. For the most part, we ask that you leave stuff alone. you know, it's kind of fun, but it's like you can't learn anything from it. And so, with the death stuff, I would rather not talk about that kind of stuff with you. That's all right. Right there, young man.
Yeah, so I mean, European languages, the other mother tongue is Latin. If it comes all of the different nations and nations, is there a mother tongue that's next to them all, or is it they're so distinct that it's
You know, we have language families.
Yeah.
We are part of the Iroquois stock. The Iroquois are related to us, certain other tribes. The Siouan tribe, they range from Micah's family over around Lumberton, all the way over up to North South Dakota. But there are all these different tribes, and their language has families. And so the Athabascans, I don't know if you know this, but the Athabascans and the Mongols from around Siberia, the Athabascans and the Navajo are all related. They actually have the same words. It's really a cool thing. So that land bridge did happen that way. So not all. There was a ritual sign language that they were using, trade language. So, somebody have a question up there?
Charity is information. Obviously, 30 years ago. Is it still active today?
Oh yeah, we're still there.
Okay.
We're not going anywhere either. No.
They still work, still trying to line up a lot.
It's changed a lot. It used to be more of a tourist town. Now it's more of a casino town. And so some things have changed. It's gotten better. But you know, for the most part, we have taken our monies that we're getting from gaming. You know, everybody goes, "Oh, has your crime rate got worse? Has your drug problem got?" Yeah, some of that got worse. But we built schools just for our language. We have monies to take care of our elders. We have monies to vaccinate the bulk of our tribe overnight. We were doing those type of things because using our monies wisely to invest in our people, to invest in our culture. And so that's important. And so I do invite you to come and gamble and game, but come because it's a destination so you can have fun, not to get rich. If you're coming to get rich at a casino, you have lost your mind, and your money. But come and come see that our culture's still there. There is still clean, fresh water to swim and to fish in, and there's mountains to hike, and there's Indian people still there. So come and see at the museum. The Trail of Tears? Oh, the Trail of Tears, it's still going on. I don't think it's been COVID. I don't think they did one show last year, did they? But it's gone on close to 60 years. It portrays one eye blink in our history. You know, we've been around for at least 12,000 years, 15,000 years. That's some estimates. We say we've always been around, right? Well, there's this awesome dude. His name was, what's his name? His name is Jesus. You ever heard of that in Jesus? Do you know Jesus walked the earth 2,000 years ago? Around, and some change, give or take. Remember? I want you to think of a timeline. Present day, right here, right now. Present day. Let's go back 200 years, birth of our nation. Let's go back to 1540. DeSoto comes, lost, can't find his way. We're going on down 2,000 years ago. Jesus walked the earth. Now I want you to keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, 10,000, keep walking, keep walking. Turkeys are still here. We've been around a long time. And we're not going anywhere. We love who we are. We're making sure our kids know who they are. So we're going to stay. But we want to share that with you. We want to be a part of the conversation. So, one more question. Right here. like I said, there are 554 federally recognized tribes in America. Some of the tribes are separate, like we got 3 different tribes in Cherokees. There's the Eastern Band, that's us, the Western Band, and the Kituhwa Band. They're both in Oklahoma. But think about it, there's Chippewas, there's Navajos, there's the Athabascans, there's all kinds of different tribes. Open your Google and look them up. In this area, the Cherokees are here. Any of you guys got Cherokee blood in you? Right. Sorry, the other guys are left out. But it's important that you know about that. Don't perpetuate lies. Learn what's real. Visit the museum. Visit and talk with Indian people and really learn the real story. Okay?
In Cherokee, don't they have a center with the history of the Cherokee records, documentation?
Well, the museum has an archive, and you can come and visit and learn about that. It has. They don't focus on genealogy too much, but they do have a lot of the history and culture. The Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma has an archival facility, and they do a genealogy. It's important that you just take the first step. If you want to learn something, take the first step. Take the journey to learn something. So, I believe we're about done. Is there one more question? I can't see you there, buddy. Nice and loud.
My question was, what is offensive to call Indians or Native Americans? What do you prefer? Because I've heard 3 different things.
You know, people say, do you prefer to be called Native American?
Yes.
American Indian. You know what I like to be called? I like to be called Bo. Bo is my name. I earned that name. My dad called me James, but I'm Bo. Okay? You can call us Cherokee, but really, our original name is Kituhwa. That's why we AniKituhwa. That's our people. That's who we originally are. You know, it's Native American, African American. I hate those terms because it's very latex. It's very COVID-like. You want to wear a mask and be afraid to talk about what's real and what's, you know. I was taking a Spanish class, and we were having this little thing where we were talking about describe people in Spanish. And they were talking about James Brown. You know James Brown. James Brown, they're talking about, everybody talking about, oh, James Brown, great singer. James Brown was a great dancer. James Brown was in trouble. James Brown was in jail. You know what? Nobody was, but the one thing everybody was afraid to talk about James Brown, that he was black. You know, he knows he's black. We all know that he's black. We don't like to talk like in those terms. We want you to come and talk to us. Talk to us as people. I'm a Cherokee. I'm a warrior. But I'm also a father. I'm also a son. I'm a friend to these people, some of them. Some of them. Stay in the back anytime. No. But anyway, that's what we challenge people to do, is to come and learn what's real and talk to the people directly. You shouldn't be afraid to ask questions if you're asking in a good way. You know, and that's the thing. We are so happy that you have come to be with us. Mikey, would you do this? Would you pray for us? I'm going to ask Mike to pray for us, and he's going to pray for you. He can pray for this COVID to be over. And then I'm going to sing a song for you, and then we're going to be done. And I'm going to William sing for your birthday there, young man. If we all could, I want you all to stand. Thank you all.
Dada lista. Ski on there tonight, I go to one of these. Really, easy. Iga, no, Oscar, Squanetta, Elbows, Dixon, Stacy, Jimmy Turkey, Jimmy the Yellow, Baby York, no, Elbows, the Doctor, the Doctor, Saka, the Young Hasty. Squanetta, Dixon, Stacy, the God, no, the same as first, no, was on the head, they really just Amen.
Y'all have a great day. See you. Thank you.
And say thank you to them. Please don't forget, Cherokee, North Carolina, please make sure that you guys post for your social media that you're doing the songs and everything again today. And make sure you mention the Appalachian Center for the Arts in your post so we can bring more and more of these things to you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.